The students who remember everything aren't smarter than you. They're carrying a burden you wouldn't want. On Tuesday night, you reread the same page 4 times, felt that quiet glow of, "This makes sense," closed the book, and the next morning your mind went white, blank. And in that silence, you started doubting more than your memory. You started doubting yourself. In exactly 4 minutes, I'll show you why a boy who could remember almost everything struggled to think clearly, and why your ability to forget is the advantage he never had. In 1892, a young Russian boy noticed something strange. Numbers didn't disappear. When someone read a list aloud, he didn't hear digits, he saw colors, streets, faces standing beside each other. A 5 might be a serious man in a dark coat, a 2 could shimmer like silver. Years later, the scenes were still there. His name was Solomon Shereshevsky. Psychologist Alexander Luria studied him for decades. Shereshevsky could repeat long strings of numbers forward, backward, even after years had passed. It sounded extraordinary. But imagine living inside that mind. You walk into a test, the question appears. Instead of clarity, a flood rushes forward. Images, details, associations. Nothing fades, nothing softens. When everything connects to everything, nothing stands out. Psychologists call this interference. When too many linked memories activate at once, recall becomes noisier, not sharper, noisier. When everything fires at once, clarity collapses. A mind that never forgets cannot prioritize, and a mind that cannot prioritize cannot think clearly. Now, come back to your Tuesday night. You're highlighting, rereading, whispering, "Yeah, that makes sense." It feels smooth, familiar, safe. Then the next morning, white screen. That drop in your stomach has a name, the illusion of fluency. When information feels easy to process, your brain mistakes familiarity for mastery. Recognition creates comfort, but comfort is not storage. It's like seeing a face you recognize but not being able to recall the name. The cue is there, the pathway isn't. Recognition is cheap, retrieval is expensive, and your brain respects expensive things. So you close the book, you try to explain the idea from memory. Your voice slows, you hesitate, you feel exposed. First comes the frustration, then the search, then the slow rebuild. That search is called retrieval effort. When you force recall, the memory briefly loosens, and when it settles again, it settles stronger. Like reopening a fragile file, editing it by hand, and saving over the old version, each rebuild makes it harder to lose next time. Here's the paradox Shereshevsky never escaped. Intelligence depends on compression. The smartest minds don't store more, they distill more. Over time, your brain trims details, specific examples blur. What remains is structure, pattern, meaning. This trimming isn't failure, it's design. Without forgetting, there is no abstraction. You've felt this pruning and mistaken it for weakness. You study 3 chapters. By the 3rd, the first feels faded. Why is this disappearing already? Did I not focus enough? Maybe I'm just not built for this. Listen carefully. Your brain is constantly choosing what deserves to survive. Memories that are not reactivated weaken, not because you're incapable, but because your brain protects what you fight to retrieve. It's like a city at night deciding which streets stay lit. The roads you travel repeatedly glow, the rest dim quietly. Shereshevsky couldn't turn the lights off. You can. That's not weakness, that's design. Cognitive ease feels like progress, but it produces fragile encoding. Cognitive strain feels like failure, but it produces durable memory. So if you want a memory that lasts, you have to practice losing it first. Close the book, set a timer for 8 minutes, recall without looking, stay in the discomfort. This is where most people stop. Don't. When the timer ends, check the material, repair what you missed, correct what was wrong, then stop. Wait a day. That pause creates what psychologist Robert Bjork calls desirable difficulty, the slight forgetting that makes the next recall harder and therefore stronger. Effort, gap, rebuild, not endless exposure, reconstruction. The boy who remembered everything couldn't escape his memories. They clung to him in color and detail. They refused to fade. You are different. You can let it blur, and then choose to bring it back. So when your mind goes quiet in that exam hall, heart racing, page blank, don't confuse silence with incapacity. That blank space is not proof that you can't remember. It's space waiting to be strengthened. The boy who remembered everything couldn't forget. You can. And when the answer rises again, it won't feel borrowed. It will feel earned. It will feel yours.